Well, we're starting to receive entries for our 1991 Home Video Garden Contest, and we'd like to thank those of you who have sent in entries. In fact, we'd like to share a few of those with you and just see what's coming in.
We have 13 dwarf fruit trees, which I planted approximately 4 years ago. And this year is the first year they have bared any fruit at all. My garden is quite small. It's 16 by 25 feet, and I have rimmed it with a 4-inch curb that's approximately 10 inches in the ground. It's a cross between square foot method and wide row planting. With the method of planting that I use, the weeds are discouraged themselves because of lack of sunlight, so they don't germinate. And also the few weeds that I do get, I can weed a block a day and I'm finished with my garden.
This is a row of beets, and I've already picked over them and pulled what was ready to can, and I've already canned 12 pints of beets. And I need to pull some more and can them while they're little. This is English peas. We've got 3 rows of English peas here, and we've already picked on them the first time, and they are ready to be picked again. So I will freeze these peas. We like them frozen, and Mr. Boland, he likes to eat them. I don't care for peas so much, but I do fix them for him. So these are nice peas. This is our corn. I don't know how long these rows are, but you'll find out if you ever take a hoe and start chopping out the weeds. You know how long this row of corn is. And it's beginning to tassel, and it won't be long till it'll be producing. So we'll have corn. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed the tour of the Boland's garden. And we are very proud of it. And we work hard in this little garden. And we just hope that the good Lord will give us strength to make another one next year.
I let a lot of my flowers come back from seed, such as the larkspur. It's always fun to see where it's going to come up, and if it comes up where I don't like it, I just hoe it out. But it's kind of, every year the garden is different that way. And this is a view of our backyard, an overall picture. It's hard to see the gazebo through the trees there. And over this way, and you can see the other pond. Or the little Japanese touch with the little lantern, but total Japanese gardens just seem a little out of place. I like things that are a little more native, but it's fun kind of taking yourself away for a while, maybe to a little bit of Japan.
Well, I knew there were a lot of interested gardeners across the state, but from these videos you can tell that they're not only interesting, but there's a lot of variation in the Oklahoma gardens as well. Well, that's why I'd like to encourage you to send in your garden too, because we know there's a lot of different types of gardens out in the state, and you need to really send yours in so you can share your garden knowledge and landscape with other Oklahoma viewers as well. Now remember, the contest is sponsored in part by Smith Farm and Garden, and you can pick an application up at either one of their locations in Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and it's also sponsored by the Cooperative Extension Service and OETA. And remember, what we're really looking for is for you to send in a tape, 10 minutes or less, of you narrating a tour of your garden. And we'd really like for you to include those gardening activities and things that make your garden special, whether it's gadgets or types of gardening practices. But whatever you send in, be sure and point those things out to us, because that's where we'll get a lot of our most interest from. Also remember, there's 2 categories: the edible garden, which would include vegetables, fruits, or herbs, and also the ornamental garden, which includes turf, landscape flowers, etc. Now remember, any viewer in the OETA viewing region is eligible, and again, there's a lot of great prizes, whether they're plaques or shopping spree. But again, we'd want to encourage you to send in that tape. Again, there's lots of good ideas And what a better way for you to share your garden than with our Oklahoma viewers.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.